Let's check in with one of those people who's been stuck on Highway 7 thanks to those two mudslides. I'm joined now by John Korsrud. He is now in Agassiz, BC, where he's just been airlifted to safety. John, I'm so glad to hear that you're okay. We didn't know if by the time we talked to you, you were going to be out of there, because when we spoke with you earlier this evening, you were still out there on the highway with dozens of other people watching and waiting as people were being airlifted out. How are you feeling right now after a very long, not quite 24 hours, but almost?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't so bad for me. I mean, luckily for me, I had a blanket and I had some Cliff Bars and I was a pretty comfortable car. So I wasn't so bad. I was kind of worried about some of the other, there are about 100 cars out there. And I know there are a lot of families with young kids, so I was kind of more worried about them. But the evacuation started about 2 hours ago. I literally just landed like about 9 minutes ago. Wow. I'm in the Agassiz Recreation Center, and people are eating, and they're great here. They got ambulances here, and we all checked in. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, tell us about what the mood was like where you were. We understand about 275 people were out there earlier. At last check, about an hour ago, this was before you were rescued. We were told the last count was 70 people still waiting to be rescued, maybe less by the time you got picked up. How many people were still out there? What was the mood like, and how are people feeling?
Yeah, everything seemed pretty good. No one was panicking. I didn't see anything. I did. Some people were looking for insulin, so that was a little bit concerning. Let's see. I mean, I think the mood was actually pretty good. You know, I got there about 9 o'clock last night, and we're all kind of lined up, and then we were all told that we had to turn around and go back to Hope, and then we found out that was all closed off too. So then we're kind of stuck there overnight, and but it wasn't so bad. The helicopter fun was helicopter riding was a lot of fun.
A silver lining to all of this. Take us back, John, to last night when you kind of realized something was up, and when you realized you were going to be spending the night there.
Well, we had to drive through Hope to get to the number 7. When we got to Hope, everything was off. All the power was off. So that was a little disconcerting. No gas stations or anything. Then we got into the number 7. And then there's like very slow, a bunch of cars in front of me, a bunch of cars behind me. And then I looked in my rearview mirror, and there were no cars behind me, and I thought that was very strange. So I think I must have missed just that second mudslide just by a minute or so, because I couldn't figure out why there were no cars behind me. And then we get to the end there, it was stopped, and someone said, that's been closed off, we have to turn back. So when we turned back, that was stopped too. And then I literally didn't know whether it was going to be 5 minutes or a couple hours or what. And then as it turned out, as I woke up this morning, and then I started getting reports on Twitter and CBC that helicopters were kind of going to come in to grab us. So that was news to me, and it was actually, but it was okay. I wasn't, you know, I enjoyed it all.
And you mentioned you just got there about 10 minutes ago. Do you know how many people were still left behind you, waiting to be rescued by those helicopters?
No, I don't have that information. They told us to wait in our cars, stay warm in our cars. So I was just kind of waiting for them to kind of tap on my windshield and say it's my turn. And they took us about 12 or 15 of us at a time. And so it was all very orderly, and they were great, and they're great here too at Agassiz. They're taking great care of us.
And John, I understand that you were on your way back to Vancouver from Merritt. You were visiting your mother, and as you mentioned, you were diverted because of you know, all of this. Have you been able to speak with your mom about what's happening in Merritt, because the situation there is also quite precarious?
Yeah, that's right. I heard that. So I was able to call her. Luckily, she lives about a half hour outside of Merritt, a place called Nicola Lake. So actually, the evacuation doesn't affect her. So she's okay. So I'm relieved about that, because I feel bad for all the people in Merritt who have to kind of find another place to stay tonight, as seems like everyone on the highways in BC has to do that right now. I'm talking with other friends who are on the highway, and they're crashing the side of the highway and trying to find places to stay as well.
All right, John, we'll let you go. We know it's been a long one. Yeah, we'll let you get settled in. Glad you're safe and dry. And that, you know, is the miraculous part about all of this, is we're hearing so far no deaths, no serious injuries, and we hope it stays that way. John Korsrud is one of the 275 people who were trapped on Highway 7 after 2 mudslides blocked the road last night. Thanks for your time, John. Be well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.